Hit in the middle, they'll join their two legs together, top and bottom, and then if any predators like a bird comes along, they'll actually get the web pulsating. It looks like a giant spider and scares off any predators. Harmless and absolutely glorious. Look at those colours, they are fantastic. This is the brown widow. Now this is actually an introduced species. It's not a native Australian. And as you can see by its abdomen size and its body structure, it is very similar to a redback. Its venom is about 1/10 as strong as a redback's venom. It's travelling throughout Australia now at the base of plants, in palms, in trees. They've got an unfortunate habit of living in and around desks and papers, in factories and areas like that. And these particular spiders have the capability of nest building in one night. They can spin their web and build themselves a nice nest area overnight.
So there are some of the spiders you find in houses or anywhere else indoors and around humans. But if you hunt around the garden, you'll find a whole new set of spiders that live on the ground. Many are venomous, and some are suspected of causing horrible disorders that destroy the skin.
This is a wolf spider. There's over 120 species of wolf spider here in Australia. There's a bit of controversy over their bite and their venom, and they're very common in the garden. Gardeners are always coming across them. The way that you do or can get bitten by wolf spiders is if it's inside your glove and you slide your hand inside the glove, or if it's in your boot and you put your foot down, or if you try and squish them. You try and squish this little spider and his only reaction is going to bite.
There's so much that isn't known about spiders, and there are so many different species. The best bet is to leave them alone, or better still, just avoid them.
You can see what we've got here. This is the redback spider. Redbacks are a very dangerous spider. They've got quite a strong venom, and unfortunately, they are very common in and around urban areas. Now, they are very distinct. You can see that red patch on her back there. Unfortunately, they like to hang around corrugated iron, old tyres, in trees, and they're not easy to see. They're pretty good camouflage. And if you get a bite from one of these, no pressure bandage, bit of ice, and get to a hospital as quick as possible. Redback spider.
More people are treated in hospital for bites from the redback than any other spider.
Okay, what we've got here, this is a brown mouse spider. They've got a huge set of fangs. They are a member of the trapdoor family. Not as venomous as a funnel web spider, but they sure pack a real good solid bite. There has been a few kids been envenomated by them. Quite a nasty little chap. These brown mouse spiders are found in gardens, in the yards. They're turned up when there's soil excavation. There has been a few turn up in swimming pools, particularly the male. They're similar to the funnel web in that the males will go searching for a female and plop, end up in a swimming pool and unable to get out. Because this venom's so strong, they are a dangerous spider and don't ever muck with them. Right throughout the remote areas of South Australia, there are many hazards and signs warn of some of the dangers.
Along the fence there are poison baits. 1080 is an extremely toxic substance used mainly against dingoes, but it's also effective against foxes and feral cats.
And on top of the 1080 baits, there are leg traps with their claws coated with a fast-acting poison, strychnine. All in all, it's certainly no place to be without permission and without taking care every step of the way.
On my first trip to South Australia, I couldn't resist playing tourist at one of the many ruined homesteads scattered around the state. In the 1860s, farmers arrived full of hope during a rare time of high rainfall. A 20-year drought then forced all but the toughest of them to abandon their homes. As always, we explore. Old sheets of iron never seem to let us down. This time, it's one of Australia's most venomous spiders.
These chunks of tin provide a really good habitat for this redback spider. Redback spiders found throughout Australia. Whoa, you're getting a little bit cranky, are you? See her standing up there, getting very cranky. A little bit cranky. See that? You can see that webbing on her back leg, right? That's a defensive mechanism. When I touch her, she'll try and get me with that, and then follow through with a couple of fangs and give me a good stick. Look back down here, here's a heap of egg sacs. So she's been laying eggs, hatching out babies for probably quite a while. Quite a large, matured redback. She's a little bit cranky, a little bit cranky. There are several other large salt lakes apart from Lake Eyre in South Australia, and there are many smaller ones. They have crusts of salt up to ½ a metre thick and occasionally enough water to have a little bit of fun with.
Even though this is part of the most arid region in Australia, you can still run into enough water to make driving difficult. The ground conditions were always changing and always harsh. By the time we'd reached this stage of the journey, we'd had to change every tire on the vehicle.
We've come out of the Salt Lake country now and back to the dingo fence near Seduna. We're getting closer to the end of our epic drive, but there's still plenty of Australian wildlife to encounter before we reach our destination.